Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, it's going to be a really simple video to follow. It's a very simple system that I use for every single one of my hair textures and every single one of my hairstyles that sits in my chair. Whether it's a high fade, low fade, I follow the same steps every single time, guys. So let's lock right in. And the first thing that I always follow, like one of my core principles, is when I do the bald line in a fade, I like to start this off with the primary line at clipper close. Okay, a lot of YouTubers are going to tell you, go ahead and do it with the trimmers because it's going to set a very precise bald line in. And that's not incorrect information, but you can see here, you can set a pretty precise line with the clipper all the way closed, but at the same time, it's going to be so much easier to fade out when it gets to the end of the haircut. You see, the thing is, man, like, that's something that would really slow me down. I used to take over an hour to do a haircut, but now with the system that I've locked in and learned how to apply that I'm going to be teaching you today, I'm able to get haircuts done in 20 to 30 minutes on average. So it really used to slow me down, like when I would spend so much time trying to take out that bald line, and then not only that, but my low fade would turn to a mid fade, my mid fade would turn to a high fade. So I tell you this for a reason, guys. Putting in that bald line with the clipper closed helps so much. And the secondary guideline you could see here, I'll be doing with the half guard, right? This is the whole Tomb 45 set, right? The Tomb 45 clipper, the Tomb 45 guard. I'll have this both in the tag section, and I'll have some Amazon quick shipping links right there in the description for you guys. So whatever works better for you guys, man, check them out. But this right here, putting in the secondary guideline with the half guard closed, is very similar to how a lot of other YouTubers will tell you, go no guard open for your secondary guideline. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think you're gonna see as we fade down and we start fading out these lines, I think you're gonna notice that it's a lot easier to fade from guard to guard rather than it is to fade from guard to blade. Again, that's another thing that made it so much easier and more efficient for me. A big goal of mine was cut down on the time. My clients used to tell me their butt hurt because of how long they would be sitting on these chairs, man. So, I just want to share with you the stuff that helped me become a more efficient barber, and it led to me being able to make a lot more money, better provide for my family. So it's valuable information all the way through, I hope, guys. Now here I am with my number 1.5 guard. Okay, this is the 1.5. And I'm starting here with my lever all the way open. Now sometimes, right, if I need to do debulking, I'll go in with either the clipper over comb or using a larger guard like a number 4, but I didn't really find it necessary. If you could see, with the lever all the way open, I'm using that floating motion. I've got pressure at the bottom of that line, right, where the dark area is, but I'm floating my way up and off the head, and that kind of gives me control to be able to remove some bulk, but at the same time establish the shape of the fade, right? He's gonna want it to be smoothly transitioning up into his wavy hair area. So, pressure at the bottom, float your way up and off the head. I like to use, the way I always describe it is I use the shape of the head as a ramp for the clipper to launch up and off of. I think it's really important to cut with light pressure, guys. I'm not digging into the head a whole lot, but just use a nice light pressure floating motion. And I think it's really important that you do this all the way through. Do it, basically catch everything you can with the 1.5 guard with the lever open, and then you can just follow up after that with the 1.5 guard close, right? You can see here I just made that switch. So now, do everything you can with the lever open, and then catch everything you can with the lever closed every time that you go to a shorter length of clipper, right? Whether that means you close the guard or you actually put on a shorter guard, you're just going to be working incrementally lower than what you were before. So again, leave a comment down below, guys, if you have been curious about this Tomb 45 clipper set, or if you already have it, share your experiences down below. It's been a really nice set for me to work with, especially with the wireless charging feature. That's something that obviously I had like my power mat before, and you could use the adapters, but it was always a little weird having that extra thing to plug into the bottom of your clipper to make it wirelessly charge. Having it built in and just making it a native feature of this clipper was super game-changing for me, and just another thing that added to my efficiency. Not to mention too, guys, this blade literally has never ever gotten hot on me. So that's been a super huge asset too. I'm a big fan of just using one clipper, one trimmer, one shaver throughout the day, there's no questions asked, man. Like it's the perfect setup for me. It's helped me so much. Now you could see we're back down to fading out, right? We said in that secondary guideline with the half guard closed. So now I'm here with the half guard open. And now we're gonna go ahead and pretty much start polishing out any line of demarcation that the 1.5 guard close was not able to pick up on. So we're gonna start with this open, and we're gonna apply pressure at the bottom and float our way up and off the head. And we're just gonna keep doing this over and over again, that floating motion. First, just like before, grabbing everything we could with it open, then grabbing everything you can with it halfway, and then grabbing everything that you can with it closed. And I remember early on, like, it was mentally challenging getting over the hurdle of skipping guards and just getting more comfortable with this process. So I remember, like, if you feel like you really need to use your 8, your 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, right, all the way down to do this process, you can, especially if you're like a super beginner. But if you have aspirations of becoming more efficient in the barbershop, I highly recommend that you just give it a shot. Even if it's only with your clients that you feel really comfortable with, give this system a shot. I really think it can shave your time down between 25 to 35%, you know, and that makes a big difference. You know, knowing how to run your business and everything, it's all important, but it all starts with being able to fit a certain number of people in your business to be able to bring home a certain amount of income. So hopefully during this part is where you can really tell what I was talking about earlier, that it's easier to fade from guard to guard than it is to fade from guard to blade. Like, plastic just blends easier into plastic rather than trying to merge the two. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully this next part makes sense too, guys. Remember, we started this fade with the clipper all the way closed at the bottom. I wasn't interested in putting in a super sharp line with the trimmers, because if I do that, then it's going to put a really harsh, very sharp bald line that's hard to get out. So if I start with a soft bald line with the clipper all the way closed, now I can perfectly match clipper closed at the very bottom and then push my way up a little bit, right? I can raise the line. And the best way for me to get over the anxiety that was brought upon me when I would be afraid to bring the line too high is understand, yes, you're gonna start with clipper closed and break through the line. That means, yes, you're gonna push it up and higher a little bit. But then what happens is you're gonna open up the next notch and you're gonna push it up a little bit higher, right? Now this is where the anxiety really sets in, because I'm pushing the line higher and higher. But don't forget, guys, that you are also getting longer and longer as you work your way up into the fade. So then I'm going to open another notch and I'm going to go higher, and open another notch and I'm going to go higher, and open another notch. And at that point, I should be, in a perfect world, perfectly blended into the work that we did with the half guard, both open and closed. We're using that light motion. Can you also notice the elevation of the clipper in my hand? Very few times throughout this whole haircut have I ever had the haircut or had the clipper flush against the head. Maybe I'll make another video breaking down and emphasizing the importance of how a light touch, a soft touch, not pressing too hard against the head or keeping the clipper too flat against the head. Those are also some things that can really harm you when it comes to your efficiency. Maybe the haircut comes out good, but it does make it more difficult. So leave a comment down below if that's something that you're interested in, guys. So we're going to be working our way around the whole head. You know, I personally don't mind knocking it out section by section here. You know, I've blurred out the bottom of the right side. I'm blurring out the back, and next I'm going to blur out the right. Doing that also kind of helps me just stay concentrated and really fully create this art of a blend. You know, section by section, making sure it all blends up well. So let's watch the rest of this here come together. And if you guys have any questions or any feedback, any comments down below, any thoughts, let me know. I definitely pride myself on the fact that every single one of the comments that's left on my YouTube videos all have a response. You know, so far I'm at 100% rate. You know, leave a comment down below. I challenge you. I challenge you to that, man. Let me make sure that I get back to every single one of you guys, man. So now we're wrapping up with this blend work, guys, and like I said, I hope you were able to see what we've been talking about this whole time, how easy it can be to fade out a soft, bald line. All right, so yeah, at the very bottom, that's why I start with the clipper close. And I like to finish the process here now with the trimmers, right? It's obviously time to go ahead and sharpen up the line up, get that C-cup in there. Let's get it nice and sharp. And these trimmers are 100% out of the box. You know, the other ones that I had, I messed with the gap. I wanted to see if it was better, if it was pulled back, or if it was more zero gap. These actually come, like the ones that are out shipping now, they come set 100% perfect. I've never had any irritation. I've never had any snags with the way that they're set right now, while at the same time, it always gives me a super crispy, super sharp line. And you can kind of see the quality that I'm talking about right here. As we're fading out, or really removing the bulk at the bottom of this fade, this hair is coming off completely effortlessly, and I was able to give him a sharp lineup. And by the end, when we see these before and after pictures, you're not gonna see any kind of redness, any kind of irritation. So it's been working really well. So I'm gonna have multiple options for you guys. If you guys wanna get your own set of Tomb 45 clippers, you can either get it through the tagged product section in this video, but I'm also gonna have some very fast shipping Amazon links in the description down below. So, you know, it would be awesome if you guys do try them out and let me know what your thoughts are. But man, they are coming perfectly out the box. Like early on, you know, the first batch of nothing is perfect, right? There was nothing wrong with the machines. I just think they weren't set perfectly well. But now when you order them, they listen to the feedback and they are coming slicing out of the box, man. So, but y'all know how I rock, man. I have one clipper, one trimmer, and one shaver all day, every day. I don't like to switch up, and I don't like to do all that. You know, I keep a very simple, very efficient haircutting system, but also very efficient haircutting tools. So if you guys want to have not only my haircutting system, but also my tools that I use to accomplish these results all day, every single day, the links are going to be in the description and the tagged products. So let me know what you guys have thought about this haircutting process and this transformation so far, man. But these are my two secret tools, man. Tomb 45 sea salt spray and the Tomb 45 blow dryer with the diffuser attachment, guys. After I spray down his hair with the sea salt spray, it is so simple from here, guys. You just need to find the right airspeed and the right temperature and just kind of rock that diffuser back and forth and back and forth. My clients have loved it. Number one, they said it feels like a head massage every single time. But by me doing this and just making sure that the heat is not so high that it's gonna burn their scalp, over and over again, me being able to do this, guys, it has been able to give me such awesome results where even people with pretty straight hair still have a really nice texture, a really healthy wave / curl to their hair, and it kind of gives them that beach hair look. That's the fantastic thing about the Tomb 45 sea salt spray, man. I'm gonna make sure that I have that linked as well. But this one in particular, make sure that, like, obviously you can get it from the links, you can get it from Amazon, but this one in particular, I would recommend that you use the discount code Tito Cuts, because if you can save a little more money up front when you're getting the product, and then you can increase the price a little more so you can get more margin, then you're just increasing your income and you know, on both ends, on getting the supplies and on reselling the supplies. It's such an easy product to sell, man. Like, I can't even keep it on my shelves here at the Tomb 45 barbershop. I've already had to get a new case. It probably only took us like 2 weeks to get rid of our first case that we got. But it's easy, man. The way that you explain it to your clients is number one, if they have time to blow dry their hair, they totally can do that. Spray it down after they're done with their shower and you know, use their blow dryer, use their diffuser or whatever. But they also can just spray it in, comb their hair in, and let it air dry over time. That's a whole nother option, and that's personally what I do. You know, if I don't give myself enough time in the morning before work, I'll just spray that in, you know, and then over the day as it air dries, it really helps kind of bring out that beach hair. We all know that feeling, right? You can see it in there, man. He is loving it. We all know that feeling of coming out the beach, you know, salt water in your hair, and as it dries throughout the day, man, it slaps, man. But look at the finished product there, man. The fade is blurry, the lineup is crispy, and the styling on top is precise. Don't forget to sign up for the memberships as well, guys, because you'll have early access to all the releases and access to the live streams. That's how I create a lot of this content lately, man. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. And if any of you guys want business coaching, if you need help making more than 6 figures and scaling, I'm your guy. Hit the description down below for all the links necessary, and I'll be seeing you guys in the mentorship soon.